think it's about time we paid our old friend Guy Wingo another visit. Congratulate him on not being a convicted sex offender. He convinced Eddie not to press charges. Jennifer, my friend Dorothea rang me from the Phaeton Club. You think you and Carson Drew could shoot by there and help her out? Sure, Nigel, I suppose so. What's up? Don't know. She blathered something about Frankenstein. You know, the ugly bloke with the bolts in his neck. She was all worked up about it. Frankenstein? You mean that guy who looks like Herman Munster? How could anyone get in a panic about him? I can't say, but I'd be most appreciative if you and Carson would dash off to the Phaeton Club and find out. Sure thing, Nigel. Come on, Carson, let's go. She just volunteers his services. Sure, Carson and I'll come. Thanks so much for coming. You two just seem so bright, and I had to know. If it was true and I didn't buy it, I'd never forgive myself. Whoa, Dorothea. Take a deep breath or two, then slowly tell Carson and me what the heck you're talking about. Sorry. You see, they're selling off these old books, and there's a book here I think may be an original. The original Frankenstein. When you say Frankenstein, I always think of the monster in the movies. I always forget he came from a book. It's 'cause you're a stupid American. I have to figure out if I should buy this book. It costs £10, which is all the money I have. But if you think it's really authentic, I'll spend it all. Wow, £10. That's like $15, Carson. That's a lot of money for an old book, Dorothea. Maybe Carson and I should take a look at it first. Would you? That would be so ace. Maybe you could talk to the other kids and see if they think it's real or what. After that, we could hop over to the British Library. Great idea. The British Museum's library is the only place nearby where you can find out if the book is authentic, without hours and hours of research, that is. That's it. Come on, Carson, let's check it out. Fuck talking to all these other losers. Look at Gordon standing off in the back all by himself. Hey, you're Jennifer Eagle, right? And Carson Drew. We already met, Griff. God. Which book do you think I should get? I can't decide between this one about Africa or this one about cricket. Well, I'm not too hot on cricket, Griff. When I go to the games, I still can't really figure out what's going on. What's the one about Africa like? It's written by this explorer about 100 years ago, I guess, and he talks about wandering in the jungle and meeting the kings of African tribes. Sounds pretty cool, Griff. If by cool you mean incredibly boring. Did you see that book about Frankenstein? Yeah, it seems cool, but Dorothea's got dibs on that one. Actually, I think I'll get this book over here. It's all about Roger Bannister, the guy who ran the first 4-minute mile. You sure are exciting, Griff. I'm a runner myself, you see. Got a pretty decent stride, too. My mum says it's because I've got such great big feet. Wow, no offense, Griff, but you really do have big feet, even for a guy. Oh, you're gonna give him a complex. All the better to run with, mate. Now, if I move my big feet quick enough, I'll be able to make it to the oval cricket ground in time for the match. Look, Felix and Aaron even share a box. Hey guys, see anything you like at the book sale? Ha, not terribly likely. Dreary tomes, every one of 'em. Musty and dusty, worse than my mum's. Drivel. Diabolical. Appalling. Poppycock. Shall we off to the match, then? Righto. As soon as I finish looking over this grimy old copy of Treasure Island. Pirates. Can't get enough of 'em. Brill. That'll give me a chance to polish off this old Ian Fleming. That James Bond always has me gobsmacked. 007 rules. What a bunch of moochers. They just stand around reading the books really fast so they don't have to buy anything. Kelly and Rebecca are both tennis champions, remember, Carson? I think Kelly is the one Jake's so stuck on. Ooh! Wait, she's a girl, though. Let's see what they're talking about. Oh, Kelly would be so grossed out if she knew that. It's a lovely book, but not what I choose to spend my readies on. Let's go shopping at Covent Garden. A brill idea, Kelly. Wait, I need to differentiate their voices slightly. Except that I've got to dash. Errands to run, you know. Come on, Bex. I know your mum just gave you loads of dosh for new tennis shoes. The ones you're wearing today are quite worn through. I need some as well. All that running about while playing tennis wears them out so quickly. Sorry, Kel. I've really got to fly. My dad asked me to help him out at his shop on Quaint Street today. Maybe later, Kay? Oh, Carson and Jennifer, good to see you. I was just on my way out. Don't mind me. What's up, Guy Wingo? Congratulations on staying out of jail. The Phaeton Club found this locker full of dusty old books, see? And they thought they'd sell them to the young people in the area. They want to get the kiddos to read. That's the deal. They asked me if I'd host the sale. I says sure, if it'll keep me out of trouble. All the money goes to charity, you know, to programs that help teach people how to read. This must be his community service. I wish they'd give adults a shot at these books. There's a really fine little volume of Victorian poems I'd love to have. PC Bardrook and her horrible poetry. Well, you have to wait your turn, officer. After all, the law is the law. Kind of ironic that you would say that, Guy Wingo. Today, only kids buy these books, and these kids are the first to arrive. What you doing back there, creeper? Hey, Gordon, found any books you like? Huh? What? Oh, I'm sorry, I was reading. I'm still looking at the first book I picked up. I don't know about any of the others. I think I shall buy this book. It's all about the castles of Spain. Quite fascinating, really, how they differ from English castles. Did you happen to get a look at that old copy of Frankenstein? That's supposed to be a pretty good story. That one did look fairly popular. Dorothea's got a death grip on it the first time she saw it, and I noticed Rebecca and Griff eyeing it over her shoulder, too. I suspect Rebecca wanted to see if it would be better than the movie. Odd, isn't it, how a book can sometimes be so much better than a movie based on it? And Griff's always got his eye out for really ancient-looking books. He fancies he might one day find a rare old edition that's worth a fortune. Grace White, I don't even remember you. Is this like the only mystery you're in? Listen to this. It was a dark and stormy night, and the rain, which had been seemingly falling for hours on end, had turned the avenue to one long, dark, damp, and dismal bog. Have you ever read such rubbish? That one takes the biscuit. It's no wonder some of these books have been lost for 100 years. Some of them need to be lost for another 100. Have you two found any books that are any good? Oh, there's one here that's filled with little poems about motor cars. I think my brother would just love it, but that's about all. I think I may buy one or two of the ones written by women. You would. I don't know. She just looks like a stupid, boring feminist. Get out of here, Grace White. How about that Frankenstein one? I looked at it, but I can't find the author's name anywhere. I think that's peculiar. Anyway, Dorothea seems to have claimed it. It's in her pile of books to buy. The book appears to be quite old and almost worn out. On the cover it reads Frankenstein, or The Modern Prometheus. There is no author's name. I'm flipping through the pages. It does seem to be the story of Frankenstein, where a guy makes a monster come to life. But it's not really like the movie at all. I don't know if this book is real or some old fake, Carson. When we're done here, we can find out the truth at the British Library. Oh boy. We love the British Library.